Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Today, it's going to be a new episode of Palworld, or at least a new beginning of a series that I had deemed finished. With the new update, there had been a lot that had been added: new pals, new areas, new bosses, new things to explore, and the way the map is laid out. Now, with that being said, it's been a lot of fun. So I've been working a lot to gather some footage to go ahead and give you an update on what's been going on in our world of PAL, Candlestick Isle. It's a world that I had worked on solo for some videos. It's a world that I had worked on in co-op in some videos. And each time we either have dramatic wins, dramatic losses, or just spend most of the time building. And I mean most of the time. A lot of your time is going to get sunk into base building, especially if you have an idea that you want to kick off the ground. And Palworld is really good about it. So, what did we do this time? Well, as you can see, old habits die hard as I go into the Terraria dungeon. And then something new happened while I was exploring and opening up checkpoints. I talked to a mystical person with a giant backpack who told me that I could awaken a monster, a new pal, a forbidden pal that was ultra powerful. And all we had to do was find 4 pieces to make a flute. An ancient flute that would call upon the creature Pantalus, and through that we were able to battle. So I made my merry way, and I go and I find each piece of this flute scattered throughout all of the map. Mind you, it's not close by, which I think is good. I think a lot of the thing with Palworld when I had deemed it finished was that there was no construction of how the missions were designed. It was just kind of like, oh, yep, you're there. And now it kind of feels like wherever you turn, there is something to find. I think that's one of the biggest fixes that they could have done with the game, rather than just be like, oh, okay, more pals. They actually gave a kind of depth, and obviously adding the ending tree and all that, but we're not there. I don't want to rush. We're going to actually world build and get things going, so it's going to be super exciting. And going back to what we were saying before about the flute, once we get all 4 pieces, oh boy, I rushed in there so bad to be like, yeah, I got it. There's no problem. I can solo it, because I had reached level 80 beforehand, which is now the new maximum level. It's no longer capped off at 65, you're capped off at 80, which I think is good. That was one of my complaints the first time around, is that you don't get enough levels versus how much technology points you need to spend in order to have a substantial time playing the game. You're either going to be deadlocked or you're sparse on getting what you need. And I really think it's good that they added it. But going back, Pantalus whooped my fucking ass. So we're going to shelf that for now, because I have an ace. It's going to be good. I have been spending a lot more time breeding pals, and I've been actually paying more attention to the calculator. I have been trying to get the maximum output out of a pal, meaning like I will find one that I've already bred and it's got legendary or diamond body, or maybe even both and something else, and I'll try to lump that in with another one that's got more additional stats like that, like maybe swift or maybe ferocious, and this way I can make a fine-tuned pal. And it worked out. I got one that's gonna be a surprise for now. But yeah, Panthalus whooped my ass. And so I went back to old tricks. I started messing around and just scouring the map, and then I saw the oil rigs, and I'm like, oh, okay, let's just raid one of those. Maybe something is different. Maybe they added some more. Which, I mean, there's minute things that they added, but nothing too crazy and out of the ordinary, except for the fact that they now show up on the map. They're marked and labeled for what they are, which is a nice touch. It's a nice touch, because before they weren't really marked. It was just kind of like a point in the map where you'd be, okay, this is this. So then I spent a lot of the time on these mountains in the sky is the best way to describe it. And what's really cool is they have like these realm shifts where you can just travel through a portal, and yeah, it's going to take you to a loading screen. It doesn't have an animation or anything, but I still think the idea is neat that you end up somewhere else on the mountain, and it's kind of random where you're at. So maybe you'll have one point and you're like, oh, okay, I see another one off in the distance. Maybe it'll take me there, and it doesn't. It takes you to another one, which is pretty cool. And I ended up working on some of the dungeons. Now the dungeons for this area are killer, because normally when you're doing Palworld dungeons, I mean, we've seen them. Anybody that's been watching the Palworld series on this channel has seen it. It's mostly linear, with maybe like a 2 or 3-way room split off, and then after that you go to the main room, fight the boss, and then you're done. The ones in the dragon area are really cool. So like, they're floating aisles, and as you travel through, you gotta guide your way, but there's more paths than one, and you can either just choose to keep going straight, you can break off, or you can do what you want to do. And I love that for a dungeon, because it encourages you to do what you're supposed to do in a dungeon, which is look around, which is to explore. You may find something new, you may find something hidden, you may find something secretive, you may find something that's worth everything. So I love that. I love that about the new dungeons that they did, and I love that they updated older dungeons that, you know, are even similar to what the originals were, like the original dungeon layout. They still updated them to have certain RNG like that. It's just a nice touch. Another thing that I like that they added is the hacking. You can have these little outposts that are hackable, and you can get some items for it, which makes it easier to get dog coins. I can't tell you how much I have loved that, because getting dog coins before was just a hope and a prayer and checking a tent, and more often than not, you were not getting the dog coins. So it's really cool that they added that, and I'm super stoked about it. I also, you know, did the normal, raided more outposts and did more breeds and all that, so it's gonna be good. I'm very hopeful for this, and I've poured a lot of dragon souls into it. The way they remapped the effigies is different now, so now you have stuff that works on movement speed, you have stuff that works on like a jump and working speed. Instead of it just being, you know, just the capture speed, you have different stats that the effigies will actually power up to, so that's a real big bonus to have. And all around, it's just been a crazy good update. Like, I know 1.0 was something to be excited about. I knew that from the jump, and I wasn't saying that, you know, oh, I wasn't excited for it. I just didn't know what else I was gonna do at that point in time with Palworld, because dude, I was just done. I mean, there was nothing else to do. But they also did something too, that if you had played up to this point, they did say to start the game off fresh, and I didn't. I wanted to have my first save be a complete save, right? Because I mean, that just makes sense. You go through, I spent hours upon hours building what I had built here, and not just me. I mean, Boom has built some of this stuff with me. So I didn't want it to go to waste and start all over and just be like a flash in a pan type of thing. So I wanted it to be a completely finished outcome. But in doing that, they also reset the bosses throughout the map too. So that's another thing that we can reconquer, which is nice. I will accept that wholeheartedly because it gives me more to do and more to challenge myself with, because some of them are going to be a higher level too. And not just that, I did spend some time capturing some of them too, going back to what we got done before. So it's been a lot of fun, and I have just reworked my care for Palworld. Like, I have just reimagined. I was surprised, very surprised that I was gonna have this much fun with it again, because I just figured I was done and I didn't know what all 1.0 was gonna bring, if anything. Not saying they weren't gonna do anything, just saying that I wasn't expecting as much as we got. And I'm sure there's more than what I have said here. There is more. I know there's more. I know there's a lot more. They have new workshops. They have new assembly lines. They have new everything. I mean, stuff that you can build is new. They have new furnaces. They have new, a lot of new stuff. So we get to continue. We get to continue some Palworld, maybe live stream it at a certain point and figure it out from there. So with that, everybody, I'm going to quit rambling, because that's what I'm doing, is rambling. And I'm going to tell you to have a good night. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all. And 1K gang, let's go. And I know I said have a good night. Have a good day too. Not just a night. You know what I mean? Alright. Cool. See you later.